Whispers of devastation still cling to the shattered peaks of the Blackstone Mountains, where blood and ash mingle in the air like a warning. The battlefield lies scarred, its silence echoing the ferocity of the recent clashes. Ling Feng's resolve trembles beneath the weight of the Xuanwu Sect's relentless onslaught, and rumors of a hidden technique that could turn the tide stir unease among even the most battle-hardened warriors. Martial God Asura, Chapter 213, Chapter 214, Destinies hang by a thread, and every step forward might ignite a new storm. The question lingers: who will rise and who will vanish into legend? In the shadowed halls of the Void Tower, a legend lay dormant, hidden beneath layers of time and secrecy. The blade of the Void Dragon's cry, a martial skill forged by a Heaven Realm master, had long vanished from mortal memory. For a millennium, no disciple of the Void School had glimpsed its form, and many whispered that it was lost to the ages. Yet the tower itself seemed to hum with a hidden pulse, as if it still guarded secrets too profound for ordinary eyes. Chu Feng ascended its dizzying heights, spirit eyes sweeping through the labyrinthine tower, seeking the echoes of a technique that even the most adept could scarcely imagine. He moved like a shadow, threading between pillars of energy and void, probing every corner with painstaking precision, but the tower yielded nothing. The blade of the Void Dragon's cry remained elusive, a ghost in the fabric of martial reality. Anxiety gnawed at him. A rank 7 martial skill, perched on the cusp of rank 8, born of a Heaven Realm expert. Its power could be the key to survival in the treacherous world he walked. And yet, all his searching brought only the cold emptiness of the tower's silence. Night stretched endlessly, the eastern horizon faintly tinged with dawn, and Chu Feng stood atop the Void Tower, a figure of both determination and frustration. The wind whispered across the battlements, carrying with it the echoes of time. "Must I, Chu Feng, truly let such a treasure slip through my grasp?" he murmured, the weight of lost opportunity heavy upon his shoulders. Every method, every nuance of world spiritist technique had been employed. Still, the Void Tower held its secrets close, impenetrable. Eggy's cautious voice reminded him of his limits. Even the might of his spirit eyes was not yet enough to fully pierce the mysteries of the ancient structure. And then, the silence broke. "You are not a disciple from the Void School." The voice, aged and resonant, rolled like distant thunder. Chu Feng's heart leapt, his body reacting before his mind could. He vaulted forward dozens of meters in a single bound, then turned sharply, eyes searching. There, before him, materialized a presence both ethereal and commanding. An old man, his hair white as frost, his body wrinkled yet exuding a rarefied aura. His form was translucent, a consciousness rather than flesh, a being who had transcended ordinary existence. "Chu Feng, be wary," Eggy whispered. "This is no mere spirit. It is the consciousness of a Heaven Realm master. Though wearied by centuries, its power remains formidable." Respectfully, Chu Feng bowed his head, words chosen with care. "Senior, may I know your name?" The old man's gaze was distant, contemplative. "I never imagined that, after such a long age, one of reasonable talent would arrive. Yet one who is not of my school. Perhaps it is the will of heaven," he said with a sigh that carried centuries of regret. "Boy, I shall impart to you the cultivation method of the blade of the Void Dragon's cry. Whether you can grasp it, whether you can master it, depends entirely on your own talent and fortune." And so, the old man began to speak. His voice was measured, each word a precise drop of wisdom. Chu Feng absorbed every syllable, etching it into the depths of his mind. The instructions were meticulous, subtle, demanding comprehension that stretched the limits of even a skilled cultivator. Hours seemed to condense into a single breath, each phrase heavy with significance. When the last syllable faded, Chu Feng's heart soared with the certainty that the legendary martial skill was now within his grasp. "Senior, I humbly thank you for passing down your unique technique," Chu Feng said, bowing with reverence. "No thanks are necessary," the old man replied, his form beginning to waver like mist. "I merely wish that my skill does not fade into oblivion. If you have no further matters, leave now. Disturb me no longer." With a motion of his sleeve, he dissolved into nothingness, leaving no trace behind. Chu Feng turned to Eggy, his mind racing with questions. "Do you think that was truly Void Genren?" "Almost certainly," Eggy replied. Though heaven realm consciousnesses rarely endure 1,000 years, exceptions exist. Virtual forms, special techniques. The tower itself may have preserved him. Then why guard his skill in this way? Chu Feng asked. Eggy's smile was sly, eyes gleaming with insight. Not merely to protect his martial secret, he likely wished to safeguard his own source energy after death. Even now, he persists, a shadow guarding what was once his body's essence. But he cannot endure forever. In 2 years, his consciousness will fade, and then... Her tone was teasing, a spark of mischief lighting her words. Then it will be our chance. Chu Feng could only chuckle in helplessness. He knew the Void School head would watch him leave, yet he chose first to return to his resting palace, contemplating the encounter. But even before reaching its doors, his spirit eyes flared with surprise. There, at the palace entrance, stood the head of the Void School, his posture taut with tension, scanning the surroundings as if sensing the disturbance within the ancient tower. The next chapter of this legendary tale was already stirring, unseen yet inevitable, as the winds of fate whispered of trials to come. The wind carried a foreboding chill that morning, whispering secrets of calamity yet to come. Chu Feng's steps were deliberate, yet even his seasoned heart sensed a subtle unease as he approached the Void School. The head of the school, usually serene and measured, stood at the entrance with an unusual urgency, holding a letter as if it were a relic of great consequence. "Eh? Schoolhead, why have you risen so early today?" Chu Feng asked, masking the unease clawing at his chest. Despite the casual tone, every fiber of his being remained alert. In the world of martial cultivators, power spoke louder than suspicion, and Chu Feng knew his own strength made him nearly untouchable within these hallowed walls. Save for the hidden monster lurking in the Void Tower, the head of the school's hands trembled slightly as he extended the letter. "Mister, it's fortunate that you've returned. I just received this letter, and it is said it should be delivered directly to you. I feared your news might have been discovered, so I came immediately." His voice wavered with the weight of the message. Chu Feng's eyes narrowed as he accepted the letter. Its significance was undeniable. Such letters were rare, meant only for those who had earned the highest trust of the Void School's head. This was no ordinary correspondence. He had once entrusted it to Xuanwu, instructing her to deliver it only in the gravest of circumstances, addressed simply to Mr. Grey Cloak. And nothing else. The handwriting within the envelope confirmed it. Xuanwu had written it. A wave of emotion passed through him. "It's nothing, just a friend," he said, his voice calm, though his mind churned beneath the surface. Without further ceremony, he departed, leaving the head of the Void School behind, his figure vanishing into the morning mist as he headed to a prearranged meeting. The tavern he entered was lively, a hub of chatter and clinking bowls. Yet even amid the bustle, Xuanwu drew every gaze. Around her, men who had dared to act foolishly now lay sprawled and frothing, victims of their own audacity. But none of this could dim the aura of her beauty. It shone through like a beacon, impossible to ignore. Chu Feng's voice shattered the tavern's lively ambiance. "I have urgent matters to discuss with this lady. Clear a path." It rolled through the room like thunder, rattling cups and sending patrons scrambling in obedience. None dared oppose him. Martial prowess like his demanded respect, fear intertwining with reverence. When the space cleared, Chu Feng approached Xuanwu, his eyes scanning her face. Her expression was tight with worry, and that alone told him the gravity of the news. "Chu Feng, you must remain calm," Xuanwu said, stepping closer. Her gaze held his, pleading and resolute. He braced himself. "What has happened?" His voice was measured, but beneath it lay a tempest of dread. Her lips trembled as she spoke, the words dropping like a hammer upon his heart. "The Golden Purple City. It has been wiped out. Everyone in your Chu family, except the young disciples who ventured out to cultivate, is dead." Each word struck like a blade. Chu Feng staggered back 3 steps, his face paling to the hue of ash. Breath came fast and shallow, as if the world had suddenly constricted around him. "Chu Feng, are you all right?" Suru's hands reached out to steady him, her worry palpable. He closed his eyes, swallowing the first tears that burned at the corners. "My father, my elder brother, Chu Yue and the others, are they safe?" "Their cultivations have taken them elsewhere. Your elder brother resides in the Lingyun School, Chu Yu and the others in the Azure Dragon School. They survived. but your father." Her voice faltered, leaving the sentence unfinished. Chu Feng understood without words. Tears carved silent rivers down his cheeks, his body shuddering as sorrow and fury coiled within him. "I will return to the golden purple city," he said at last, voice low and resolute. He whistled sharply into the sky. A massive white-headed eagle descended like a silver arrow, wings cutting through the air with a resounding whoosh. Before it touched the ground, Chu Feng leapt onto its back. "I will accompany you," Su Ro declared, wrapping herself around him as the eagle cried once more, lifting them toward the horizon. Patrons watched, mouths agape, as the two figures vanished into the distance, swallowed by the vast skies. The massacre in the golden purple city sent shockwaves across the region. Lords from neighboring cities rushed to witness the aftermath, including the city lord of Vermilion Bird City. The moment they entered, horror froze them in place. The city, once bustling, now lay in absolute ruin. Blood stained every corner, drying to a dark crimson. The metallic tang lingered in the air. Silence screamed in the streets, pierced only by the echoes of destruction. A tall city lord, rage etching his features, demanded answers. Who could commit such atrocities? "They came for the Chu family," a slightly portly lord said, stepping from the shadows, his voice tinged with grim acknowledgement. "Chu family?" The taller lord's brow furrowed in confusion. "Yes, Chu Feng's family," the other confirmed. Questions burned, but the answer waited to be revealed. They proceeded into the heart of the city, where the plaza unveiled its grim tableau. Corpses littered the ground, heads hung upon a massive frame, a grotesque display of vengeance. Among them, blood-stained words marked the pavement. "A debt of blood must be paid with blood. Chu Feng touched my brother, so I annihilate his entire family." The legend of this massacre, carved in sorrow and crimson, would echo across the lands, and in that moment, Chu Feng's wrath, tempered by grief, became a storm yet to be unleashed. The golden purple city had fallen, but its avenger had yet to strike.